You want to call the police on them for having a barbecue on a Sunday.
I feel free! Back off!
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. It's dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with electric vehicles saving us money.
Congresswoman, why I never would have imagined. Former Congresswoman Katie Porter, who's now running for California governor. There's a newly released video of the former Congresswoman screaming at a staff member. Video exchange exclusively obtained by Politico. Somebody has a friend there. On Wednesday, shows an online conversation between Porter and then Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm in July 2021. Several minutes in Porter's staffer interjected to correct something the Democratic representative has said about electric vehicles. Porter then reprimanded the employee for the correction, who had also previously appeared periodically in the background during the recording. The staffer has declined to comment as of yet. Porter issued a statement on Wednesday saying she's striving to do better by her staff. Quote, "It's no secret I hold myself and my staff to a high standard." And that was especially true as a member of Congress. Porter told Politico in the statement, quote, "I have sought to be more intentional in showing gratitude to my staff for their important work." Ma'am, I've been in broadcast media for 15 years? I have never in my life spoken to somebody in that way. Ever. Nor would I think to do it. You are in a position or seeking a position of very high public trust, and you haven't figured out how to treat people with respect. Here's what I believe, madam. I believe this in here, okay? If you don't treat the people who are close to you with decency and respect, I don't imagine that you could figure out a way to treat the people you have never met with decency and respect. You could take that to the bank. All right, Professor, thoughts here.
I mean, a bunch of things. So first of all, I have worked with a number of staffers for congressional representatives, senators. I am currently even working with a number of state senators here in California, where I'm based, to try to write and push a bill through that can regulate artificial intelligence, so it better supports laborers, workers, citizens, and our environment. We're working hard on it. And I'm going to tell you something. I think you know this, Dr. Richey. Those people get paid next to nothing.
Yep.
And that's actually true for congressional staffers as well. Like I've worked with some of Bernie Sanders staffers before. They're not in it for the money.
Right.
They're in it. I mean, in many cases, they're in it because they really believe in the potential of trying to support our democracy, at least in some cases. So, for Representative Porter, I know she's vying for a Senate seat here in our state. To kind of flip out like that on her staffer, I know it was like hot mic, so to speak, or hot video camera, so to speak. She didn't want that to get out. That's not a great sign of her ability to be a leader, as you just said. For her to be able to, because remember, if she were to be elected as senator, she would need to lead the way with her staffers and try to actually enact some meaningful changes, which we desperately need here in our state of California and around this country. I had heard the total hearsay that the situation was somewhat similar back in 2020 with Kamala Harris and her staffers and their relation. And that was reported by some of the media, which is partly why Kamala Harris didn't even contest in the Iowa caucuses. As you may recall, she dropped out before. But I just want to get to the bigger point here, which is like, gosh, we need our Democratic Party to inspire voters, to inspire staffers, I think, which is at the minimum it should start with. And think about also, one last thing I'll say is, Katie Porter walked out of an interview just a couple of days ago, you probably are aware of, with a reporter, kind of flipping out at the reporter for the questions being badgering or unfair. Just think about what Zoran Mamdani would do in this kind of stuff. This guy's been called
great point, man.
This guy's been called every single name possible by the mainstream media and the so-called corporate media, and look how he handles it. So I think we need leaders like that.
Man, yes, you make a great point. He has the appropriate level of outrage without being outraged,
Right.
while also not being a robot. And respectful and courteous to everyone that he answers. It's quite remarkable how he navigates.
That's right. That's right. And it gives you the sense that he can rise above pettiness. Right?
Yeah.
He can be bigger and deeper. And that's what real leadership is. That's what actually inspires people.